Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates. And well, both exciting and sad news, mostly sad news unfortunately, because we have come to the end of this journey with Battlefront 2. The community update and community transmission for the Battle of Scarif, which arrives tomorrow, just dropped, and it does contain a lot of good news for this update in terms of skins and so on that I will get to in a second, but it also, well, it's pretty much confirmed that this is the last update for Star Wars Battlefront 2. At the end of the community transmission, they say, from everyone on the Battlefront 2 team, we thank you for being part of everything we've done and for being the best community we could have asked for. And also, Dennis says the following in the community update video.
With the Battle on Scarif update, we've realized our vision with Star Wars Battlefront 2 to empower you to immerse yourself in epic battles from your favorite Star Wars era your own way.
So this is indeed a sad moment for Battlefront 2, and I think, well, I saw this coming partly, but I also hoped that I would be wrong, because this game is in such a good state right now, and including this update, that it really sucks to just see the support go altogether. Dennis does say that they will continue having events and so on, but it seems like there will be no more updates, no more support for this game moving forward, and we have yet no idea of what's going on at DICE when it comes to Star Wars right now. We do know that they just cut the support for Battlefield 5 as well, and I think they've already confirmed a Battlefield 2021 game, if I'm not entirely mistaken. But as of Star Wars and Battlefront, I honestly have no clue what's going on. And well, everything that the team has done with this game and turned it around from one of the worst launches to, well, one of the best Star Wars games has been an incredible journey. And it's just sad that they would stop like this. I understand, and I feel like we can't blame them. They've supported this game for 2.5 years or something like that. So that's more than any of us probably expected, but that doesn't mean we can't be sad about the game, well, stopping its support. I mean, obviously, people will keep playing this game for a long time because of all the content that's currently in it, all the co-op, instant action, and everything like that. But as soon as a game stops getting updates, it's not going to generate a lot of new interest, simply put. And I want to talk more about this in other videos. What's going to happen with the Battlefront community now? What's DICE working on? What's going to happen for the future of Star Wars games and everything like that? But I figured I've covered the bases here. So now let's get into, well, the good stuff that we have coming, which is the Battle of Scarif update dropping tomorrow. First of all, Supremacy arrives on Scarif, as well as Hoth, the second Death Star, Tatooine, and Yavin 4. So we've got 5 original trilogy locations for Supremacy. Also, Scarif, as well as the MC-85 Star Cruiser and Resurgence-class Star Destroyers will be added to co-op as standalone locations. They're also adding something new called Instant Action Missions, which is basically the co-op missions, but for instant action, so that you can play with 3 AI allies, meaning that you don't have to play with other players, you can play missions completely alone. So if you want to play offline altogether, you can play both instant action and these co-op missions, and you're not just stuck with the Supremacy experience. Crate is finally coming to Heroes vs. Villains, something that has been, well, talked about for I don't know how long right now, but yes, Crate coming to Heroes vs. Villains in this update as well. As for trooper appearances, in this update we will be getting the short trooper setup for the Imperials, as well as the Rebellion will have access to the Pathfinder variants. Moving on to the exciting skins we've got. First of all, Darth Maul with his robotic legs, but this skin is based on his appearance in Star Wars Rebels, so we're finally getting robot legs Mauls in Battlefront 2, and the skin is called Old Master. Rey is also receiving her orange lightsaber outfit, which is obviously from the end of Rise of Skywalker that I think a lot of you have been requesting ever since that popped up. And my favorite of them all, Palpatine, is finally receiving a brand new skin with his new red robes after he's restored as the true Emperor, and I think it looks like he has a little bit more glowing eyes here as well as compared to his base skin. And lastly, we got a Kylo Ren skin with his hood up as well. Moving on to some other changes coming in this update, they have added damage increase messaging, such as when you're affected by BB-8's resistance backing ability or Dooku's exposed weakness ability, so that you can more clearly see when you're, well, prone to a damage increase. Lastly, they're also doing an explosion damage reduction redesign, where they are removing the 2 cases in the game where you will get damage reduction. And this is by redesigning the bodyguard star card so that right now it will instead give you an overall damage reduction when you are at critical health below 30%, instead of giving you an overall explosion damage reduction. And this critical health level will be messaged in-game by an audio filter and a red vignette, letting you know that you are in grave danger. Lastly, I just wanted to go over the patch notes quickly here with the things that you might find interesting, and then I had a few more extra things I wanted to talk about in terms of the end of this game as more stuff has come up when I've been recording this video. Starting off, beyond the things I've already mentioned, vehicle units will now be added as AI players on certain maps on co-op and instant action missions. Cosmetic items that were previously available to unlock through events are now available to unlock through milestones instead. And the First Order Snowtrooper appearance is available for First Order Assault class troopers as a selectable appearance across their Age of Resistance maps. And then there's plenty of UI changes, as I mentioned, including a new HUD options where you can customize how you want your own UI to look. Both Palpatine and Chewbacca have been added as play-controlled and AI heroes on Age of Resistance era maps of Supremacy, instant action, and co-op missions. They've also changed the way that the dash abilities works, where they will be following the direction of the camera instead of the character model. This includes Rey's dash strike, Obi-Wan's defensive rush, and all of the abilities that you can see on the screen right here. There's plenty of bug fixes here to various of the heroes as well, such as Leia, Chewbacca, Boba Fett, Rey, Captain Phasma, Obi-Wan, Lando, Bossk, Kylo Ren, and Grievous, but no balancing tweaks as far as I can see. The ARC Trooper has been slightly buffed, the B2 Super Battle Droid slightly nerfed, and the Commando Droid's near damage with the E5 has been nerfed. Death Trooper slight nerf, Rebel and Imperial Rocket Trooper slight buff, and Wookiee Warrior slight buff as well. The Evo Counter's Wisty Pouch will deal more damage per second, and the Ovisian Gunner will also deal more damage when the enemy is close. They reduced the heat generation by DL18 and increased the damage of the Cycle Rifle and made the Vanguard Slug more accurate. I hope we'll see some more cool Vanguard clips using that slug version. They've also fixed a visual issue with the male Zabrak appearance, which people have been complaining about since the launch. Other than that, there is plenty of more bug fixes, but I honestly didn't feel like going through every little one right now, as I wanted to talk about some other things that popped up now, as Dennis just announced that he is done with Star Wars. It's not just this game he's done with, but Star Wars altogether. And I am very sad to hear about this, as Dennis has been a big reason to why both Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2 turned around after not very good launches, especially Battlefront 2. And even though I had my hunch that the game might be stopping its support soon, I had at least hoped that maybe DICE were working on a new Star Wars project that Dennis and the rest of the team would be on, so that we knew that they would be there from the start, and we wouldn't have a launch like the last one, and it would be a game that will launch as a good game. But it seems like Dennis is completely done with Star Wars altogether, as he released this message on Twitter shortly after the community update. So as of right now, I'm not sure what to think about the future of Star Wars games. I mean, obviously Battlefront 2 is getting no more updates. We don't have a community manager for Battlefront 2, and the creative director on Battlefront 2 has stopped working with Star Wars, and we have no idea if DICE is working on a new Star Wars project or not. So yeah, I just feel kind of empty right now. It was, again, I've mentioned that I thought the game would potentially end with this update, but I didn't expect it to end this abruptly, and to see people like Dennis leave Star Wars altogether. That's all I wanted to say. And I know there's a lot of questions you're going to have. What's going to happen with my channel? Now that Battlefront is obviously dying down, what's going to happen to the Battlefront community? And we don't really know. I'm going to continue covering Star Wars games as always. I'm planning that hopefully this week, if everything goes as planned, SUTIS will be streaming some Battlefront 2 with the help of me. So that is my goal, that streaming will return on this channel, as that means I can also get other games in there, not just Battlefront 2. And again, I will be covering all the Star Wars games coming out, whether it's the Lego Star Wars games, Fallen Order 2, or whenever that drops, probably years from now. But in the short run, yeah, the interest for the channel is definitely going to be lower with no Battlefront updates. But I'm going to have a separate video talking more about that. I need to gather my thoughts a little bit, see if we get any potential details about the future Star Wars games or not. But yeah, that's really all for now. I will have some videos out for you tomorrow, obviously with the new update as well. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.